So the first card you have for your past is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, this knight's really brave, he's determined, he's kind of determined to kind of rush forward. And I think you had that kind of feeling. I think there was a situation, I think something happened that, you didn't want to repeat again. It's something like, I think last December you might have been in a situation, and it might have been a family situation, and I think someone bothered you, there was some kind of big argument or something like that, and I think you were dragged into something. And I think you might have said to yourself at this time, I'm not going to repeat this again. I won't let this happen again. This time last year, I won't be in this situation again. And I think there was someone in the middle of this. And I think you did distance yourself from this person throughout the year, all this year. And now, December's here and it's come around, and maybe you felt that you had to kind of guard yourself from this person, because I think you might have had some situation where you kind of had to see them. And I think, I think maybe there was a family gathering or something like that, and you had to kind of see them to be able to see the other people, if that makes sense. It might be that, there was this party, or there was this one thing, and the only way you could see everyone was to have this person around you as well. It might have been something like that. You kind of couldn't get away from them. So, yeah, you just couldn't avoid them. And if you look at this knight, he's really ready. He's ready to strike his enemy. And maybe you were thinking, I'm ready for them. If I go to this party and they're there or whatever, and they say this, I'll say that back, or I'll do this. And you're kind of mentally preparing for what you're going to do because you couldn't avoid them. And yeah, I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but I think this person might have even verbally attacked you or something like that, because often when I see swords, I see words, and I see really horrible words, like angry words. So yeah, I think if you did end up having to see this person, I don't think you ended up being in kind of a dramatic situation as you were imagining. It wasn't quite that bad, but you might have come close to it. You might have come close to saying something to this person. And, I think I'm just feeling a lot of annoyance around this as well. So I think there might have been some people around this person who might maybe pandering to them, or maybe they were letting this person get away with whatever they were doing or saying. But yes, I think, if you can't do this, try to, this sounds obvious, but try to see the people that you want to see without people seeing the people that you don't want to see, or the person that you don't want to see. I know that would make a huge difference to the way you feel and your emotions and your kind of anxiety levels, of course. But that's obvious to say that, but I think in this case you weren't able to do that. I think the only way you were able to see some people was, that you had to have that person around as well. But I think you came out of this quite well. But I think after that you still had a lot of anxiety around this, a lot of emotions, because I think there's something about this person, and I think it's more than just attacking people verbally. It's more than just saying something bad to people or whatever. It's more like they might be doing something that's a bit worse than that, actually, and the people around them are kind of letting them get away with it. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the next card you have for your past is the Five of Swords. So yeah, this is this difficult situation still I'm seeing. I think on the one hand, you didn't want to make a great big scene. You didn't want to kind of attack in that way. But I think you also didn't want to kind of let this person get away with it. And it was really difficult because you're battling with this within yourself, whether you wanted to say something or not, or do something or take action or not. But then I think you felt that you actually couldn't do that, because I don't think anyone around them would have backed you up. That's what I'm seeing. And so I think you might have not said anything at the time. I think there are a few instances where you kind of just didn't say anything. But then there was a battle in your head about this, because you wanted something done about this person. It wasn't like you wanted them to hurt or you wanted to hurt them. It was just that they were doing things that you just didn't want them to get away with. That's what I keep on seeing all the way through this so far. So yeah, you knew that, the way they were behaving wasn't acceptable, but other people around them either weren't seeing this, or they were pretending that they weren't seeing this. That's what I keep on seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the King of Wands. So yeah, I'm seeing passion in this card, but not quite being able to act on that passion. It's very frustrating. So it's like, I think there might have been someone who you didn't have time to be around. You wanted to be around them, or maybe you didn't have time to get together with them. Maybe they were busy at work. Maybe you were busy at work or something like that. There's a lot of frustration around this I'm seeing again. So I think you were separated from someone, and not that you wanted to be, not that you were kind of broken up from someone, but I think you were just separated from them because of practical reasons, I think. And, if you look at this king, he's passionate, he's strong, he wants to get up and go, he wants to take action, but he can't yet. He has a lot to do. He has a lot to kind of think about before he can move on. There's a lot going on in his head. There's a lot he has to kind of do. So it's like someone was stuck at work, stuck at the office or something like that. It might have been you. It might have been your partner or whoever this was. But, I am seeing an end coming to this. I am seeing that, if you are away from someone for practical reasons, if you still are, work reasons or something, or if you're long distance from someone, I am seeing that you will probably see them again soon. This king might be sitting down and thinking, but he's ready to get up. He's ready to walk. He has his wand or his walking stick. So he's a determined character as well. So he's ready to get up. And I think, it's going to be work that you're going to have to put in, and they're going to have to put in, or whatever, to kind of get you back together again. I think someone might even have to negotiate something for you to be together. It might be someone who has to kind of talk to their boss about them having time off. It might even be that, or getting off early or something. But, you will be together again. I'm seeing that. And you might already be, because this is in the past. But I'm definitely seeing, if you're not, I'm definitely seeing that you are going to get together and you are going to be with this person. So it might feel frustrating right now if you're going through this. But yes, you are going to see them. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Seven of Swords. Yes. So again, obviously, this is still about this person that's kind of getting away with things in the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords. So yeah, again, I'm seeing that you can see what's going on in this situation, and other people around them can't see, or they're pretending not to see what this person's doing. It's like they're pretending, or they're turning a blind eye to things that are going on. And this is really, really frustrating for you. This is still really, really hard for you. It might be that you were spending time around family and you kind of left that, but now you're having to maybe stay with these people, or kind of spend more time with some of these people, and it's still frustrating you. And I'm getting this feeling that, even if you did expose this, even if you did say anything about this, I think it would still end up frustrating you, even though you really wanted to say something. Because again, they have all of these people around them that aren't saying anything or doing anything. And I don't think they want to change this. I don't think they want to kind of do anything about this. It's like they're kind of pretending, oh, everything's fine in this family. This person's fine. They're not doing anything. But you know that they are. And I think it might even be something quite serious. It might be something even illegal or something. It might not be, but it's something big. It's something that's big and important to you, and it's something that you hate to see happening. You hate seeing them doing it. It might be something very, very serious. So, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I can see you really, really struggling with this. And, you still might be thinking, oh, what can I do about this? I don't want to kind of get them into trouble, but I don't want to let them get away with this either. And I can't talk to my family because they don't want to kind of recognize this. It's this great, big, really difficult struggle. So yeah, it's just really difficult. The next card you have for your present is the Wheel of Fortune. So, right. Yeah. Okay, so I can see, I think that whatever you do or you don't say, whatever happens, I think that, I think eventually things are going to catch up with this person. That's what I'm seeing in the Wheel of Fortune. I keep on getting this feeling that, you really hate seeing this, you really hate seeing this. And I think that's one of the reasons why you just hate being around them. They are difficult, they say horrible things and they hurt you and whatever, but it's not just that, it's something that they're doing that is quite bad. And it might be something that's illegal, it might be something like that. I don't know, that's just what I'm seeing. So, and I think what's worse too is that the people around them aren't doing anything about this. So it might be that this person's harming other people. It might be that they're harming themselves. It might even be drug abuse, might be something like that. It might not be, but yeah, it's something very serious, very, very serious. So yeah, this card can be like a karmic wheel sometimes. So sometimes things look as if they're going one way, they're kind of spinning in one direction, and then suddenly they turn around and go in the opposite direction. And I think this is what's going to happen to this person. I think this is going to catch up with them eventually. Now, I don't think it's family that's going to say or do anything to them. I don't think they ever will. But I think there's some kind of circumstance that's going to happen outside of all of this, and they're going to be forced to change in some way. They might be caught, they might even be arrested, it might be that serious, or it might not be, but I think, something's going to catch them out, something's going to stop them, and it's going to force them to stop whatever they're doing. And it's going to happen outside of this family. It's going to happen outside of you as well. So I'm not seeing it's you that's going to kind of set this wheel in motion. It's going to be something outside of this whole situation. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have, your present, is the Hermit. So yeah, you're going to be forced into something as well. I think you're going to be forced into just being by yourself and resting and spending time by yourself and getting your head together after all of this great big crazy kind of family mess and problem and everything, that you've really had the weight on your shoulders because you've really been worrying about this by yourself, and everyone else has kind of been in la la land pretending nothing's happening. So that's really, really been stressing you out quite a lot. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is that you might still be waiting for this person to come around back to you, this kind of love connection. And you might have to wait for time for this to happen, for them to come back to you, but they are going to do that. And I'm not seeing a separation as in, you're not together. I think you are very much with this person. You're in a relationship, or you are you are connected, but there's some practical reason why you're not together. That's what I'm seeing, and you are going to get together again. So while you're waiting, while you're sitting around, getting your head back together again, just rest. Just rest. That's what I'm seeing. Rest, get yourself together, meditate if this is something that you do, read, sit around. Don't do anything that's going to kind of stress you out. Just get some peace. Just get some peace in your head after all of this terrible thing that's been happening. And again, if you're waiting, you'll get together. You'll see them soon. You'll see this person soon, this love connection. I keep on seeing that, so I have to keep on saying that to you. So yeah, the first card you have for your future is the Six of Swords. So yeah, again, you're not going to be doing anything. You're not going to be doing anything physically to kind of bring change to this. I'm just seeing that again. And there's no point in talking to your family, even telling them, even in the aftermath of what's happening, even after this is all going to catch up with them. I think you're still going to try to want to get all of this out, discuss this with people, if that makes sense, because I think you can't carry this great big horrible thing around in your head for much longer. You need to kind of get it out. And I think you might try to tell some people in your family, but I don't think they're going to want to know. They might even turn it around on you and blame you and to say, oh, how could you say this about this poor person? They haven't done anything. So that's going to make you even more frustrated. So I'm seeing that you might actually turn to somebody else in this. And you might discuss this with someone else, because I'm looking at this man, he's steering this boat. You know, you're getting away from this situation. It's still going to be in your head. It's still going to be bothering you with these swords in this boat. So you're still going to want to offload this. And I think you're offloading it onto this person who's helping you, who's kind of steering you out of this and steering you into the right direction, into a more peaceful situation inside your head. So I don't think this isn't a family member who you're talking to, obviously. It might be a friend, it might even be a counselor. It's someone who doesn't know any of these people or who isn't directly involved in the situation. So this is a perfect person for you to talk to because they're not directly involved. So you'll be able to just let everything out, just tell them everything. And they're going to really, really help you. They're going to really listen. They're going to give you some really good kind of direction, like this man is steering this boat. And yeah, they're really going to gradually get you out of this situation, because it's still in your head. It's still going to be bothering you for a long time, but you're getting out of this now. You're getting out of this kind of big problem in your head that was around this, if that makes sense. So the next card you have for your future is the Four of Wands. So I'm really, really, really glad you have this card. Finally, you have this really nice card. So yeah, I think this probably is the time when you're going to get together with your partner or this love connection. And yeah, this is really fantastic. This is nice to see. And I think, you know, you've been waiting for this for a long time. You really have. And you really need this. To see them is going to be like a big, huge relief for you and for them as well. It's going to be a really nice connection again. And I think also you might be going with them to visit their family. I don't think you want to see your family for a long time after all this. So I think you might be going with them to visit their family, because this card's sometimes about, you know, visiting family and celebrations and all of that kind of thing. And it's this kind of time of year as well. So, you know, I think you're going to be feeling really welcomed by them. And the other thing I'm seeing, I don't normally say this, but I think you might even be taking this relationship to another level. This is all about families, love, celebrations. It might be that you are going to marry this person eventually, or it might be that you kind of move in or get engaged or just take this to some other level with them. But you're definitely visiting their family, and this kind of year, this time of year, this kind of celebration and thing that's happening. So this is really, really nice. This is really positive. And you're going to be welcomed by their family if this is resonating with you. So that's what I'm seeing there. The last card you have for your future is the King of Cups. So yeah, this card can be about a lot of different things. It can be positive or negative depending on what's around it and what I kind of see in it at the time as well. So yeah, this might sound strange to you. Again, this is about visiting this person's family, your partner or whoever this is. And yeah, I'm actually seeing a man who puts up with a difficult woman, actually. I'm seeing a marriage, and I'm seeing someone who puts up with a woman who's difficult. Now, I know I said I saw some marriage happening in the Four of Wands. I'm not saying that this is about you and your partner. I'm not saying that this is one of you is difficult and the other one's putting up with them. That's not what I'm seeing. This is about their family. So this is either their parents, or it might be some relatives of theirs that are in a kind of a couple situation that you're going to be around, and things might be a little bit awkward when you're around this dynamic. There might be some arguments between them, but there's no awkwardness around you. I think they're all going to accept you. They're all going to welcome you. And but this thing is, you know, I think they're always going to be like that, this couple. And I think that if you do marry them, or if you do end up in a very long-term situation with this person, and I'm seeing that you probably will, you're going to have to see a lot of this couple. So just be aware that you are going to have to put up with a little bit of awkwardness. But compared to what I was seeing in your family, if this is all resonating with you, that's absolutely fine. You're not going to have a problem with that at all.